I don't want to work anymore. I don't want to go look for another job. I don't want to update my resume. I don't want to sit down on no more interviews. I'm tired of the workforce. I'm tired of the workplace. I've had over 13, 14 jobs in the 15 to 16 years that I've been working. And I'll tell you what, every single one of them made me feel like I was on a plantation. And it's crazy because when you're on the workplace, if you were to say something like that, oh, why you always gotta take it to that? But the fuck, that's what it feels like. And I don't want to feel like that anymore. I just want to provide for my family and make some money and do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? But as time goes on, the workplace is just becoming more toxic. It's becoming a terrible environment. And I go into work feeling positive about myself, and I leave work feeling like shit. And I'm tired of it. I think it really bothers me because I know what it's like to be able to provide for yourself legally without a job. There was a time when I was able to work from home off just running my website and everything that came with that. I stayed at home for years just writing articles, and I was making ad revenue from the website. I was making money off the merch. I was selling a book. There was even donations from time to time. But the point was, I was able to make a nice living from sitting at home at my computer desk in my chair working on something that gave me value and gave value to the world. Everything was cool. Now, I thought that that was going to keep continuing, but when COVID started, when everything that happened with COVID, it changed things. I didn't think it would change things digitally for me, but it did. And to make a long story short, the digital empire that I had built for myself had crumbled, and it was not possible for me to make a living from my computer chair no more. I had to go back out into the world and get a job and work for wages. And I tell you what, ever since I went back into the workforce, this is a couple years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, but ever since I've been back into the workforce, it has been hell, because I can't think, but the whole time while I'm at work, man, I done did all this shit. I did all this labor and I made this amount of money. You know what I mean? When I was making this amount of money in my sleep, you know what I mean? I could write an article one time. It might take me a couple hours, 4 or 5 hours. Hell, even if it took me the whole goddamn day to write the article, once it was done, I didn't have to mess with it anymore. And once I sent it out to the world, it would generate ad revenue for me for the continuous future. You know what I mean? I was doing work that was working for me when I stopped working for it. So once I got back into the clock in, clock out life, paycheck to paycheck life, I'm not gonna lie, it did kind of break my spirit, because for a while I felt like I was free. I felt like I was free. Almost, you ever seen that movie 12 Years a Slave? That man thought he was free. He thought he was free. And they yanked his ass right back on that motherfucking plantation. That's what it felt like. And that cognitive dissonance of knowing that, hey, I'm a certain type of man. I'm a certain type of value. I'm not a fucking laborer. I have this to offer to the world. But instead, I'm stuck here. And when I try to tell them, hey, I'm not a regular guy, I got other shit going on, they're like, yeah, whatever, nigga. Get back to work, nigga. So I don't want to work no more, because I feel like ever since I stepped foot back on the new modern plantation, my spirit and my mind has been affected severely. You know what I mean? And it makes it 1,000 times harder that I'm a neurodivergent individual, and just the everyday normal situations in the workplace, just existing in the workplace is overstimulating as hell for me. It is overstimulating. And then if you say something about it, people who don't understand what it means to be neurodivergent, to what it means to be sensitive to certain stimuli and vibrations, they be like, oh, why you acting like a bitch? Why you acting like a bitch? And it's like, no, first of all, you don't understand what the fuck is going on. If you did, maybe you would approach this situation with a little bit more respect and consideration that everybody's minds don't work the same. And you have to be able to respect that, understand that. And in the workplace, they do not understand that. They don't want to understand that. They don't want to respect it. You know what I mean? And being in the workplace is not beneficial for me or for them. I do better when I'm on my own, when I'm creating for myself. That's why these last few months I've really been thinking about it. I've noticed my spirit, my attitude, everything has been going down and down and down, and I just fucking gotta snap out of it. I gotta get back into it, you know what I mean? Just because what I had created in the past before didn't work out in the way that I wanted to doesn't mean that I can't make something new that might be better, that might last longer. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean I can't learn from the mistakes in the past. But I'll tell you what, me going back into the workforce has fueled that inspiration again to where I'm feeling like Will Smith in Pursuit of Happiness. And I'm telling you what, I can't sleep. I can't really do much shit besides work on something productive that could get me out this motherfucking plantation. You know what I mean? Whether that's making videos, whether that's working on the next book, whether that's some merch, whether it's, you know, some kind of opportunity. I'm working on trying to set up opportunities on things that could work for me when I'm done working for it. Because you know what? Like I said, I'm tired. I don't want to work for somebody else no more. I want to go back to working for myself. Because when I'm working for myself, when I'm making money for me, I feel like I can be at peace. I can feel confident as a man that I was able to think and manifest my idea in the real world in this time that can provide for my family, for my people. And I did that. I didn't need them to do that. I did that myself. You know what I mean? I want to feel like that. And I want to remove this attachment, this feeling like this control these motherfuckers think they have. Think they control you. They think they own you. They think that without them, everything is lost. And that's not true. And like Kendrick said, sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. And I think it's about time for me to pop out and try to do my best, to be my best self, to be authentic, and to step back into my role as a creator and focus on working on things that will continue working for me when I'm not working for it, so I can get up out this overstimulating ass workplace. I feel better now that I got that out my system. Thank you for listening to my rant. That was a rant, but I got it out my system. But that's just why I don't want to work no more. So if you made it this far, I appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe, and also check out the links in the description. And until next time, I'll holler at y'all. Peace.